What if I told you that over the past 12 months, our small real estate wholesale business generated just under $200,000 in assignment fees and helped move more than $5 million worth of real estate? And I did all of that while I was still working my full-time W-2 job. In today's video, I want to walk you through what wholesaling real estate actually is, why wholesalers can be valuable to both sellers and buyers, and how our deals were split between cash and creative finance, and what strategies like seller finance and subject to really mean in the real world. If we haven't met yet, I'm Andrea. I'm a pharmacist with a pretty demanding corporate career, and on the side, I invest in real estate through wholesaling, creative finance, and private money lending. For me, real estate has never been about doing more work. It's been about creating freedom, flexibility, and long-term wealth, especially for people who already have full careers. And wholesaling has been a really important stepping stone in that journey. So let's start simple. What is wholesaling real estate? At the most basic level, wholesaling means finding a property owner who wants to sell, getting that property under contract at a discounted price, and then assigning that contract to another investor for a fee. You're not actually buying the house, you're selling the opportunity to buy the house. And the money you make, the assignment fee, is simply the difference between the price you negotiated with the seller and the price the end investor is willing to pay. So that's how we generated just under $200,000 last year without personally owning every single property. Now, wholesalers sometimes get a little misunderstood, but the truth is they solve very real problems, especially for sellers. Here's why many homeowners actually prefer working with a wholesaler. First, speed and certainty. These transactions can often close in days to weeks, not months. Second, true as-is sales. No repairs, no cleanings, no showings, no stagings, just a straightforward solution. 3, creative options can sometimes mean more money. With strategies like seller financing and subject to, some sellers may actually net more overall than a traditional cash sale, while also creating monthly income or potential tax advantages. And 4, many traditional real estate agents aren't trained in creative finance deals. They're still amazing in retail settings, but creative structures aren't often presented as an option. Wholesalers can bridge that gap. There's also a huge value on the buyer side, because instead of marketing for leads, negotiating with sellers, managing constant follow-up, investors can simply review a list of pre-negotiated deals and choose what fits their strategy. And for busy, high-income W-2 professionals, that kind of leverage is everything. It turns real estate from a second job into something much more scalable. So here's what the last year actually looked like for us. We generated just under $200,000 in assignment fees. We moved more than $5 million in real estate, and we completed transactions across both cash deals and creative finance deals. And that mix really matters because the future of real estate investing isn't just cash, it's creative options. And sellers need the opportunity for both in this real estate market. So just a refresher, cash deals are the traditional wholesale transactions. Investor pays cash, quick closing, usually a distressed property, and a fast assignment fee. They're great for speed and simplicity, but they're limited when a seller doesn't want a deep discount, or if they have a mortgage on their property that is pretty high or close to the valuation of the property. That's where creative finance and creative deals become very powerful. Creative finance allows us to help more sellers use less cash and create long-term opportunity instead of one-time fees. These deals can lead to monthly cash flow, equity, and long-term wealth. Two of the most common creative strategies we use were seller financing and subject to. With seller financing, the seller essentially becomes the bank. The buyer makes monthly payments directly to them, and the terms are negotiated instead of dictated by a lender. Sellers may like this because of monthly income, tax advantages, and an easier sale. And buyers like it because of flexibility and lower cash needed up front. With subject to, the buyer takes ownership of the property but keeps the seller's existing mortgage in place and continues making the payments. This works especially well when the seller has a low interest rate, they need relief more than they need equity, and they want speed and simplicity. In today's higher rate environment, subject to is honestly one of the most powerful strategies out there. Now, I want to pause for a really honest moment, especially for my fellow W-2 professionals watching this. If you're brand new to real estate or you're looking for something to add alongside your career, wholesaling is probably not where I would recommend starting. It's active, it takes time, lead generation, and constant follow-up. For busy professionals, private money lending is significantly more passive and much easier to balance with a demanding job. And that's a big reason why I personally love lending so much. But wholesaling has taught me how real estate really works. Negotiation, deal structure, market dynamics, and creative problem solving. And maybe most importantly, it has allowed me to handpick some of the very best deals to keep for myself and my team long term. So even though it's active, it's been incredibly valuable. Looking back on the past year, here have been some of my biggest lessons. Lead generation solves everything. No leads equals no deals. Consistent conversations create consistent opportunity. Creative finance expands what's possible. Some of our best deals wouldn't exist if we had only made cash offers. Integrity creates longevity. Doing what you say you're going to do every single time is a huge part of staying in the business long term. People remember how you made them feel long after the phone call or after the closing, and in real estate, your reputation compounds. And finally, follow-up is everything. Very few people are ready to sell on the first conversation. Most deals take multiple touch points over time. I'm incredibly grateful that our CRM helps us stay organized and consistent because many of our deals came from conversations that started months earlier. And honestly, this still feels like just the beginning. So if you're a high-income W-2 professional asking, how do I build wealth through real estate without quitting my job? That's exactly what this channel is about. I share real deal breakdowns, private money lending strategies, and practical paths to financial freedom while keeping the career you've worked so hard for. So if that's your goal too, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.